Ladies and gentlemen, we all walk a path strewn with moments of triumph, failure, love, and loss. The road behind us is a record of where we've been. But I stand before you today to declare one thing with unwavering certainty. I won't look back, not because the past doesn't matter, but because it has fulfilled its purpose. It has taught me, shaped me, and strengthened me. But it cannot dictate where I go from here. Looking back often becomes a trap. It can pull us into regret, guilt, or nostalgia, so powerful that we fail to see the brilliance of what lies ahead. We were not born to live yesterday. We were born to create tomorrow. Today, I want to share with you why I refuse to look back. And I hope it inspires you to do the same. Each of us carries memories, experiences, and emotions that shape who we are. But too often we cling to these moments as if they define us completely, as if we are obligated to bear their weight indefinitely. This is not true. The weight of the past is not yours to carry forever. It was never meant to be. Imagine walking a long, winding road, carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represents something from your past, a mistake, a failure, a hurtful word, a missed opportunity. As the journey stretches on, the weight begins to wear you down. Your steps become slower, your energy depleted, and yet we often hesitate to put the backpack down. Why? We hold on to the past because it feels familiar. We tell ourselves that the pain, regret, or guilt is a necessary penance for what we've been through. We replay moments in our minds, hoping that if we analyze them enough, we can somehow change what has already happened. But the truth is, carrying this weight doesn't serve us, it doesn't change the past, and it doesn't heal the wounds. It only keeps us from moving forward. Letting go of the weight doesn't mean forgetting or dismissing the past. It means understanding its purpose. The past is a teacher, not a prison. Each experience has offered you something, a lesson, a perspective, or a strength you didn't know you had. Once you've learned what you needed to learn, the purpose of that moment has been fulfilled. Carrying it beyond that point is like clinging to a textbook after you've graduated. It's no longer useful for where you're headed. Think about it. Does a tree cling to its old leaves when autumn arrives? No, it lets them fall, trusting that new growth will come in spring. Similarly, we must let go of what no longer serves us, trusting that life will bring new opportunities, new experiences, and new growth. The weight of the past also distracts us from the present. How can we fully embrace this moment if our hands are full of yesterday's baggage? Life is happening right now, and every moment spent dwelling on the past is a moment stolen from the present and the future. To put down the weight of the past requires courage. It requires forgiveness of others, yes, but more importantly of yourself. It requires trust in the process of life, believing that you are more than the sum of your mistakes and missteps. And it requires a willingness to step into the unknown, unburdened by what lies behind. When you release the weight of the past, you find a lightness you may not have known was possible. Your steps will quicken, your vision will clear, and you'll be able to move forward with confidence and freedom. So I invite you today to examine the weight you're carrying. Ask yourself, has this fulfilled its purpose? If the answer is yes, then it's time to let it go. The journey ahead is long, beautiful, and full of possibility, but only if you're willing to walk it unencumbered. Life is an unstoppable force, always moving forward, always in motion. From the moment we are born, time propels us onward, whether we are ready for it or not. The seasons change, the sun rises and sets, and the hands of the clock never pause. Forward is not just a direction, it is the very essence of existence. Never before have I sat in front of you and told you that. Never before I've experienced the highest form of existence. Never before. Nature itself offers endless reminders of this truth. Rivers never flow backward. They carve their path, sometimes meandering, sometimes rushing, but always pressing forward toward the ocean. Trees shed their leaves in autumn, not to mourn the passing season, but to prepare for the renewal of spring. Even the stars we see in the night sky are remnants of light from a past that has already moved on, constantly reminding us of life's forward momentum. What do you? Yet, as human beings, we often resist this natural flow. We cling to what was, to memories, to situations, to relationships, and to versions of ourselves that no longer serve who we are becoming. But holding on to the past does not stop life from moving forward, it only holds us back. It's like trying to walk while looking over your shoulder. You stumble, you hesitate, and you lose sight of where you're going. The truth is, the only way to truly live is to embrace the forward motion of life. Forward is where growth happens. It is where new opportunities, new challenges, and new possibilities lie. Each step we take brings us closer to what we are meant to experience and who we are meant to become. This doesn't mean the journey is always easy. Moving forward often requires leaving behind things that are familiar and comfortable. It might mean letting go of a job that feels safe but uninspiring, ending a relationship that no longer nurtures your spirit, or stepping into an unknown future with no guarantees. But the alternative, staying stuck in one place, is not living. It is merely existing. Life's forward momentum also teaches us resilience. When challenges arise, when we stumble and fall, we have a choice to stay down or to rise and continue the journey. Every setback is a stepping stone, every failure a lesson that prepares us for what's ahead. Forward is the direction of healing, of learning, and of becoming stronger. Artist, think of how far you've already come. The person you were 5, 10, or even 20 years ago is not the person you are today. Every experience, every decision, every step forward has brought you to this moment. And just as you've grown and evolved, so too will the future version of you, if you keep moving forward. It's important to remember that forward doesn't mean rushing. Life is not a race. Forward can be a bold leap or a small tentative step. What matters is that you're not standing still. Progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. As you journey through life, keep your eyes on the horizon. Trust that the road ahead, though uncertain, holds more than the road behind ever could. The past is done, the present is fleeting, but the future is infinite. Forward is where life calls us, where hope resides, and where dreams are waiting to be realized. So, let go what was, embrace what is, and step boldly into what can be. Forward is the only direction of life, and it is the direction that leads to your greatest potential. Regret is one of the heaviest burdens the human heart can carry. It has a way of creeping into our thoughts, wrapping itself around our minds, and holding us hostage to what could have been. The missed opportunities, the wrong decisions, the words we didn't say or the ones we wish we hadn't. These moments can haunt us, making us feel as though we are bound to the past, unable to move forward. But what is regret really? It is nothing more than a mental replay of events that can no longer be changed. Regret tricks us into believing that if we think about the past long enough, we might alter its outcome. Yet, no amount of replaying, analyzing, or wishing can undo what has already been done. Regret is a chain, a self-imposed shackle that keeps us tethered to a time we can never revisit. Carrying regret is like trying to walk through life dragging a heavy anchor. It slows you down, drains your energy, and distracts you from the present. Worse yet, it blinds you to the possibilities that lie ahead. Regret focuses on the what ifs, while resolve focuses on the what now. Resolve is the antidote to regret. Where regret keeps you stuck, resolve moves you forward. Resolve is not about erasing the past, but about transforming it. It begins with accepting what has happened, not as defeat, but as a reality that you can learn from. Acceptance does not mean condoning mistakes or pretending they didn't hurt. It means acknowledging them fully so you can extract their lessons and release their hold on you. When you embrace resolve, you shift your mindset. Instead of fixating on what you cannot change, you ask yourself, what can I do now? How can I grow from this? What steps can I take to ensure I don't repeat the same mistakes? Resolve empowers you to take ownership of your life. It transforms regret into a catalyst for action and growth. Consider this: every great story of success is also a story of failure. The difference is that successful people don't allow regret to chain them. They use their mistakes as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. They resolve to move forward, to learn, and to become better. Regret, when left unchecked, can spiral into self-pity, blame, or even self-loathing. It creates a cycle where we punish ourselves for the past, which only deepens our pain and paralyzes our progress. Resolve, on the other hand, breaks this cycle. It reminds us that while we cannot change yesterday, we hold immense power over today and tomorrow. To free yourself from regret, start by forgiving yourself. Too often, we are our harshest critics, replaying our mistakes and berating ourselves for not knowing then what we know now. But life is a journey of learning, and no one has all the answers from the start. Forgive yourself for being human and give yourself permission to grow. Next, turn your regret into resolutions. What did that experience teach you? What will you do differently moving forward? Every regret contains a lesson, and every lesson is an opportunity to evolve. Let your regret resolve be a declaration that your past does not define you. It refines you. Finally, practice gratitude for the present. Regret lives in the past, but life happens in the now. Shift your focus to the blessings and opportunities around you. By being fully present, you reclaim your power and set the stage for a future unburdened by yesterday's mistakes. Treasuring the present, being present in this moment. Remember, regret is a choice, but so is resolve. You can choose to remain chained to the past, or you can choose to rise, stronger and wiser, with every experience. The chains of regret may feel heavy, but the moment you choose resolve, you will feel their weight fall away. Resolve frees you to step into your full potential. It gives you the courage to face forward, the strength to take responsibility, and the wisdom to grow. So, let go of regret, embrace resolve, and move boldly into the life you were meant to live. Every one of us is a living, breathing story. From the moment we are born, the pages of our lives begin to turn, filled with moments that shape us, define us, and challenge us. Our past is a collection of experiences, a narrative already written. But the most important part of our story, the part that is still being written, is the present. It's happening right now, and we have the power to influence how it unfolds. We often forget this. It's easy to become so wrapped up in the past and regrets and memories, or to get lost in the future, anxiously awaiting what comes next. But the truth is, life is happening in this very moment. The decisions you make today, the actions you take right now, are the words that are being written into the story of your life. is that too many of us live as though the story has already been told, as if we are merely playing a role in a script that was written long ago. We get stuck in patterns, in routines, and in beliefs that limit what we think is possible for ourselves. We let our past mistakes, failures, and even our successes define who we are, and we assume that who we've been is all that we can be. But your story is not fixed. You are the author, and you have the power to edit, to revise, and to change the course of your life at any given moment. The choices you make today will determine the chapters yet to be written. Each day is an opportunity to add a new paragraph, to shift the direction, to grow and evolve into the person you want to be. Think about it. What you choose to do today, the way you decide to think, the attitude you take, the actions you commit to, all of these are shaping your story. You may not always have control over the plot twists or the challenges that arise, but you do have control over how you respond. You have the power to write your reactions, to choose your attitude, and to decide how you will move forward. Your story is being written by the moments that may seem small in isolation, but when pieced together, create the tapestry of your life. It's the way you handle a difficult situation at work, the kindness you show to a stranger, the way you rise after a fall, and the courage you summon in the face of fear. These are the words and sentences that make up the chapters of your life. They matter. Sometimes we think that big dramatic moments are what define us. The major successes, the grand victories, or the major defeats. But in reality, it's the little things that add up. The subtle decisions, the daily habits, the quiet moments when you choose to keep going when the world around you might suggest you stop. These are the pages that fill your story with meaning and depth. And it's important to remember that your story is uniquely yours. There is no one else on this planet who has lived your life, faced your challenges, or dreamed your dreams. No one can write your story the way you can. You have an individual perspective, a voice, a set of experiences that shape the narrative in ways that are irreplaceable. Your story will not be like anyone else's, and that is something to embrace, not fear. It will be filled with twists and turns, with chapters that feel like victories and others that may feel like setbacks. But each page is necessary. Each chapter is part of the larger arc that is leading you to who you are meant to be. The beauty of being the author of your own story is that you can decide what comes next. If you are not happy with a chapter, you have the power to rewrite it. If you feel stuck in a plot line, you can change the direction. You are not bound to the character you were yesterday. Every single day is a new page, a new beginning, a new chance to redefine who you are and who you are becoming. It's easy to let the distractions of life pull us away from the present moment. We scroll through social media, worry about the future, or dwell on past mistakes, all while the story of our life continues to unfold. But I challenge you to become more mindful of the present moment. Pay attention to the small details. Look at the choices you are making today, because this is where your power lies. You might not have control over everything that happens to you, but you always have control over how you respond. Even in the face of hardship, you have the power to decide how that chapter is written. Will you allow adversity to define you, or will you choose to rise above it? Will you let failure stop you, or will you see it as part of your growth? So, as you sit here today, remember, your story is being written right now. The life you dream of, the person you aspire to become, the future you desire, it's all unfolding in this moment. Every choice, every step forward, every shift in your mindset is shaping the story that will one day be told about you. Do not let this moment pass without realizing the power you hold. The pen is in your hands. You are the author of your own life, and the chapters yet to be written are filled with infinite possibilities. What will your next page look like? What direction will you choose? Successful investment is cash in the bank. The story is yours to write, and it starts now. As we stand on the threshold of tomorrow, we must remember that the future is not something that will simply unfold on its own. It demands our attention, our focus, and our action. The path forward is filled with potential, but only if we are willing to move towards it with clarity, purpose, and resolve. We are the architects of our own futures. The choices we make today, how we embrace the present, how we let go of the past, and how we move forward are the blueprints for what is to come. The future will not wait for us to be ready. It will not hold back for our hesitation or uncertainty. It is there, just beyond the horizon, waiting for us to claim it. So I ask you, what kind of future do you want? The answer is in your hands, in the decisions you make right now. Do not allow the distractions of the past or the worries about what might happen to cloud your vision. Look ahead with unwavering focus and step forward with confidence. The future demands your attention, and it is calling you to rise to the occasion. Embrace it, shape it, and walk boldly toward it, because the journey ahead holds everything you need to become who you are meant to be. The time is now. The future is waiting. As we move through life, it is often the struggle against what is that causes us the most pain. We fight against our circumstances, our past, our mistakes, and even our own limitations. But in that resistance, we only prolong our suffering. The true power lies not in fighting against what is, but in accepting it fully. Acceptance is not about passivity or resignation. It is about embracing reality as it is, without judgment, without the need to change it right away. It is the understanding that everything we face, every challenge, every setback, holds within it the seed of growth. When we accept, we create the space for healing, for clarity, and for transformation. By accepting ourselves, our lives, and the circumstances around us, we free ourselves from the chains of frustration and regret. We open ourselves up to the endless possibilities that the present moment offers us, and we make room for the future to unfold with greater ease. The inner awareness and the inner peace. So I urge you to embrace the power of acceptance. Let go of the need to control every outcome, the need to judge every moment, and the need to change things that are beyond your control. Accept what is, because it is the key to moving forward with peace, strength, and purpose. In accepting, you allow life to flow through you, to guide you, and to help you become the person you are meant to be. And in that acceptance, you will find true freedom. The freedom to be who you are, to create what you desire, and to live a life filled with meaning and fulfillment.